Hello guys, welcome back to my European Journeyman save here on Football Manager 2023 with me, your host KJM. It's episode number 54. We're in Finland still as the manager of SJK. You may notice on the screen it does say that we are the Finnish Cup winners for this season. We've had a fantastic run in the Cup. I wish the same could be said for the league. The formation that I went over in the last episode, which worked fantastically well in the Cup, didn't work very well in the league, as you may remember from the first game of the season in last episode, where we were absolutely hammered at home by VPS, and we had a difficult start to the season. We took on Ilves next. It was a 2-2 draw, again sticking with that formation. Koistinen had a poor game, Coimbra had a poor game, but we scraped a 2-2 draw with a late equaliser by Leo Johansson. We conceded twice inside the first 10 minutes again, and we had to fight our way back into it. But Danny Nash and Leo Johansson with the goals. We were then thumped again at home by FC Honka. Koistinen was sent off, but again we conceded 2 early goals, and we were never in the game really. You can see just how poor some of the ratings were across the board for us with that formation. We did finally pick up our first win of the season against FC Haka. It was a 3-1 win. We switched back to the old 4-2-4 for this one, and it paid dividends. Gorbak, Penna and Barrios with the goals, after again we conceded very early on to a Kujala goal. But a thoroughly deserved win, and it's a game which we absolutely dominated. Marcus Saulo came for this one and played really poorly, unfortunately. Cup-wise, we beat HJK and FC Jazz on the route to the final. A 4-2 win over FC Jazz, obviously a division below us, possibly even further than that. They're even further than that. And HJK we beat in extra time, which is fantastic. In terms of the leagues, though, we took on the defending champions. Again, we went back to the asymmetric formation, and it didn't really work out for us. Leo Johansson and Emmanuel Hernandez with goals for us after we conceded inside the first 10 minutes again. And Coops were just the much better team than us, and I think we were lucky to get away with a point. Mariehamn were up next in the Finnish Cup semi-final. Fantastic 2-1 victory there to set us up for the final. League-wise, we picked up another draw. This time I went to a very old formation of mine from my Football Manager 2022 early days, and it was my diamond formation. A little bit disappointing to get the draw, although we didn't concede inside the first 10 minutes in this one, which was great. We actually took the lead on 2 occasions before Inter pegged us back in a fairly even game, particularly if you look at the match XG. We slightly edged it, but it was a 2-2 draw. Some poor performances again across the board, and at this stage of the season I just couldn't settle on a formation. But TPS were up next. They were second in the league when we took them on, and we played the 4-2-4. Which is obviously my formation that I've played for most of this save for all the nations that I've been in. And Penna had an absolutely fantastic game with 3 assists, but Johansson got 2 of the goals. Gorbak got 1 of them after we again conceded early on. But we were the orange team in this game. Again, you can see that we did possibly deserve to win this one. We did give up our chances, but we were slightly better over the 90 minutes, and a 3-1 win. We then had Coops in the cup final. A fantastic 3-0 win with the 4-2-4 formation. Nash unfortunately picked up an injury in this one, and he's actually out for quite some time, 3 to 4 months, with a broken foot, which he picked up during that game. So unfortunately we've lost Danny Nash for possibly the remainder of the season. But Johansson scored twice, and Jordan Milne, back from his injury, got 1 of the goals as well. So Jordan Milne has sort of hit the ground running a little bit for us. He played up front in this game. He can play in midfield, but it is a game that we deserve to win, and we picked up our first piece of silverware in Finland. And then most recently I've taken on HIFK in the league, again with the 4-2-4, a 1-0 win here. Herzen Kirby scored the only goal of the game in the first minute, and the rest of the game it was a bit nerve-wracking. HIFK had their chances, we had our chances, but we didn't convert them. XG wise though, we did edge it, and that moved us up to 3rd place in the league. We're currently sat in 7th though. It's so close in this league. If we have a quick look at where we are, we were 7th before those 2 wins there against was at TPS and then HIFK, we were bottom of the league. So those 2 wins, in fact that 1 win against HIFK boosted us from 10th up to 3rd. We were sat in 3rd and just behind the leaders. As it stands though, we are 6 points behind the leaders. We do have 2 games in hand over the leaders, so we are still in the hunt. We're level on points with 4th place in the league. We can move up to 4th today with a win over today's opponents, which are Marieheim. We've still got a negative goal difference. We've still conceded the most goals in the league. Obviously, that disappointing start to the season that we did have, conceding 7 goals in the first 2 games, was not ideal. But we have got 2 clean sheets in the row, 1 in the Cup Final and 1 in the Premier League. So we're going in the right direction. The tactical experiment didn't really work. We are now unbeaten in 9 games, which is really, really good. So we're starting to get there. Financially, we're still in a mess. We've breached the £2 million mark now in terms of debt. There's also a little bit of transfer news. That we've got a couple of changes coming. Davai Barrios, the 34-year-old now, is starting to decline rapidly. Bogato came in with a bid for him, which I accepted. He's not up to the standard that we need him to be anymore. He was fantastic in the first couple of seasons that we were here, but he's really starting to tail off with his old age. So he's going back home to Colombia. And in return, we're bringing in a striker. I feel like we're a little bit short in the striker department. We're bringing in Alexandre, a Brazilian 20-year-old, to hopefully propel us further up the league. Obviously, we do have to be wary of the foreign player rule, but Barrios is one of those foreigners, so if he goes and Alexandre comes in, then that would be really, really good. He's on a little bit more money than Barrios is, though. In fact, he's on less, so we're reducing the wage budget ever so slightly. It's just not been it's not been the best of starts this season. It's been okay, could have been better. I just really, really don't want to get stuck here in Finland for too long. This save is not it's not about being a Finnish team or anything like that. I'd really like to move on to the next nation, which I believe is Slovenia. It could be Slovakia. I could be wrong. In fact, I could have a quick look because I've got the league loaded. It is Slovenia coming up next, so I'd really like to move on as quickly as I can. Now, Slovenia, I believe Maribor are Slovenian, and obviously Maribor are a real force to be reckoned with in Slovenia. It seems to be a little bit of a theme. We have one team that is dominant over the rest, and we have to try and topple them. But today we are at home. We're taking on IFK Marieheim. This is the lineup that we're going to go with for today. It's going to be Arboleda in goal. He's sort of reclaimed that number 1 spot. He's still not on a contract, but Colazzo in the league, he just hasn't done it for me. He's played 4 in the league, conceded 11 goals, so it's a bit disappointing from Alejandro there. Tang Young is going to play the right back position today. It does say that he's injured, but it was a very brief injury, a bruised shin, I believe. He was out for 1 to 2 days, so he's going to play. I'm not worried. Kalnins, the Latvian that we signed last season, is going to come in as the right-sided centre-half. Hopefully he can do a job for us. And the best centre-half at the club in Oksanen, who is also Finnish, and he fills one of those homegrown spots. He's going to play today in the other centre-half position. Left-back is going to be Mari Darlin. He has outperformed Abdullah, I believe. He's outperformed him this season. Abdullah's been a little bit of a letdown. Again, the signings that we're making are just... A lot of the signings I make, I get to the end of the transfer window and I've not brought anybody in who I want, and I get a little bit desperate. I'm like, I need players, I need to get them in. So Rauhala is going to be the deep line playmaker today, a position that he's very, very suited for, and he's had a decent start to his SJK career. The Frenchman Hernandez is the advanced playmaker. Again, those two are interchangeable between their two positions. Hernandez's contract is running out at the end of the season. He doesn't like big matches. Obviously, if I don't have a choice, I will look to bring him in. Nunez is going to be the right-sided player for today. He had one game which he's impressed me in, and it was in the Cup semi-final, I believe, against HJK. He scored both the goals in that game. Other than that, he's been a little bit hit and miss. Herzen Kirby, one of the original players who was here before I got here, is going to play on the left-hand side. He's done really well since he's come in for his 2 games so far. Scored 2 goals. with a 7.5 average rating. He is transfer listed by request. He does want to leave. His contract does run out at the end of the season. He's more of a fill the gap type of player. Johansson is going to continue up front. He's now on 15 total goals for the season in 13 appearances. He's doing okay. Again, is another one whose contract does expire at the end of the season. I may look to keep him. I may look to move him on, but he's the top scorer this season. And then Jordan Milne is going to start up front today for us in the left-sided position up top. He's scored 3 goals in the cup for us so far. Not really hit the ground running in the league, but he's probably the best option that we've got up front at the minute. So that is today's lineup, guys. Hopefully we can pick up this win against Marieheim, continue the good form that we've got, make it 10 games unbeaten in all competitions. That would be fantastic. Propel us up that league. We can, obviously, if we win both of our games in hand, we can go top, or joint top. Certainly goal difference wise, we're not going to be up the top with our -2 goal difference and the worst defence in the league, which is something that I do really need to rectify, is the goals conceded, which is what I've tried to do with some of the tactics that I've been playing around with. But none of them have worked, really. None of them have worked. We do have a highlight early on. It's Tang Young with the free kick. Rauhala, Hernandez, Callins, Rauhala again, looking over the top towards Johansson. It's overhit though, but Tang Young does pick up the second ball, gets it back into the box. And Boateng, the goalkeeper, comfortably collects that one for IFK. It goes long, but that's easy for Tang Young. Brings it down, finds Rauhala. Tang Young again. He's got Kalnins behind him. Into Hernandez, Rauhala, Kalnins, Tang Young, nicely worked out of trouble there by the back line. Ball forward towards Nunez. Nunez inside the penalty area, gets his effort away. It's straight at the goalkeeper though, and Boateng makes a comfortable save. But an encouraging start there for SJK. Corner to be swung in by Milne towards that near post. It's headed clear though by Mensah, and Kalenga's going to get on the end of this, but he's all alone with black shirts surrounding him. But he does come back with a good ball. Now it's Mensah again on the ball, under pressure. Switches the play out to Diallo on the right-hand side. He's put under pressure again. Now it's Hall. Hall plays the ball back down the line to Diallo. It's a good ball there. Diallo driving towards the byline. He's got 2 black shirts around him. Does get the ball across though. And Essie Ojala fires IFK into the lead. And this is exactly the way that our season's gone. We have been dominant in the early stages of this game. If we have a look, no, we haven't been dominant. We've dominated the ball. Marieheim have had some good efforts, but that's their first highlight of the game, and they've scored it, which is exactly what happens to us. And it's something that I need to stamp out. They've got the chance to make it 2 here with a deep free kick, and it is headed towards the goal by Ojala, but it's gone harmlessly over the bar, thankfully for SJK. Boateng with the goal kick, about half an hour on the clock. Kalnins brings that one down, finds Tang Young. Now Rauhala, Kalnins again. Rauhala into Hernandez. Can he look forward? No, he comes back instead to Rauhala. Finds Nunez, great ball, looking for Leo Johansson, leads in. It's a great finish there by Leo Johansson for his 16th goal of the season. Another really well-worked goal by SJK. Nunez with a fantastic little through ball there for Johansson, who showed the desire to get onto the end of it. Good fall forward by Rauhala to Nunez. Nunez with a fantastic ball in that channel. Johansson, first time finish across the goalkeeper, who didn't actually stand a chance, and that's more like it from the boys in black. And at half time, it's been a close game in terms of effort. We've dominated the ball, we've dominated corners, we've obviously committed more fouls as well, but we've almost doubled the amount of pass attempts and completions than the opposition. We're winning more tackles. We're just playing much better. We just need to find that cutting edge. And in fact, to the point where my assistant recommended there that I tell the boys that I'm unhappy with the performance. It is a game that we are the favourites for, so we should be winning. 7 shots on target now. We should really be hammering this advantage that we've got home. But this is the story of my time so far in Finland. It's been like this, where we've done well in games and not got the result because we can't finish. As Ojala is in again, and he's again just proves my point. This is exactly how things go for me while I'm here. We don't do the basics well. It's an easy header for Mensah, And Ayala, he's not tracked by Oksanen, who I was bigging up before the game. Almost gets back to him, but it's a great finish there by the IFK player. As now we've got to fight back again, and it's Milne. Murray Darling looking over the top towards Johansson. He brings it down really, really well. Leo Johansson again with the reply for SJK. It's another fantastic finish, another fantastically worked goal. And we've replied instantly to the Mariheim goal. This is a really, really well taken goal. Milne lays the ball off to Murray Darling with a fantastic ball over. Great control by Leo Johansson and a fantastic finish. Now, can we go on and win the game? Right, made a couple of changes as IFK come forward with the ball. It's pulled back towards Mensah. Nunez gets the What? No, that's never a penalty. That was never ever a penalty, and we're behind again. But we have made a couple of changes. We've dropped Milne back into the midfield for Ralhalla, and we've brought Gorbach on up top to fill that spot up there. But that was, to me, that was never ever a penalty, and we find ourselves behind for the third time in this game, and we've got to fight back yet again. But Hall with the deep free kick for IFK. Looking for Mensah. Arboleda comes out and claims that one fantastically. Hopefully we can get up the other end and get another equaliser. We need to win to keep the pressure on the teams above us. Callins finds Nunez. Comes inside onto that fade with the left foot. He's got players ahead of him in Kirby. Kirby inside the area. Can he put it across? He can. It's towards Johansson for his hat-trick. Leo Johansson with his 18th of the season and his third goal of the game. To draw us level for the third time in this game. Hopefully now we can. There was really good play by Nunez to find Kirby in the space there. It's good. Kirby did the right thing. Tried to pull it across. The cross was deflected off Ramon, but Johansson still managed to climb the highest and put it away. Now, can we go and grab the winner? That would be fantastic to have come behind 3 times and end up winning the game. We're going to go very attacking. We're going to shout at them, demanding more into the final 5 minutes, and we are on the attack now with Tang Young down the right hand side. Finds Nunez. Ball into the box towards Johansson again. It's headed clear though by Hassan. Now Hernandez on the edge of the area gets it back in. Good header clear by Lundgren. Kalenga now. This is the danger. This is the counter attack for Kankapar. He was driving towards that penalty area. Pulls it across for Pelagata. Mario Pelagata scores the 4th goal of the game for Mariheim. Oh, what a shocking defensive performance this is by the boys. We cannot defend. And I do not know why, as they've got the chance to make it 5. Murray Darling should get this. He does. He finds Arboleda, who's put under a little bit of pressure, rolls out to Oksanen. Oksanen looks long. Gorbach doesn't win that. Hassan does, and it's Kalenga again. Good tackle by Hernandez. Ball falls to Mensah, though. Switches the play out wide to Kankapar, who gets the ball across towards Ibrahim, but it's headed clear by Oksanen really well. Murray Darling picks up the ball. Now it's Kirby. Kirby looking for Gorbach, but it's cleared by Hassan. Tang Young misses the header. Kankapar's in. He's inside the area. Good save by Arboleda, and Tang Young completes the clearance. A little bit of a catalogue of errors there by both sides. But we are gonna fall to defeat here against Mariheim. A disappointing performance. Jose Ramon had a poor game for Mariheim, and we didn't capitalise on that down the left-hand side. Milne didn't play very well for us. Kirby had a decent game in the end due to his assist, but defensively, just not good enough, and just not good enough. And I don't know what I need to do to improve that. But in a game that we should have won at home as well, we have been defeated, and that loses us the opportunity to close, to level with the top of the table with the games in hand we've got. We can still go up to 15 points, just 3 points behind the leaders, providing we do win that game in hand. Obviously, it's going to be a difficult task. I'm struggling here in Finland, and I may need to go back to some basics in terms of tactically, player recruitment, stuff like that. But we've conceded 19 goals, which is the most in the league, and that's not good enough. Thank you, though, guys. Thank you for being here to watch us lose yet again. Next time we will be back is in another 9 games' time, so it could be around the HJK sort of area. Hopefully we're in a position that late into the season where we are still or could be challenging for the title. That's the plan. But thank you guys for watching. As always, please remember to hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. It is helped me out massively. We're growing at a nice steady pace now, and I'm really, really pleased with the growth I've seen over the last sort of couple of months. Obviously with this save as well. So if you're enjoying it, please hit the subscribe button. Leave me some comments as well, some feedback. That would be great. But I'll see you all in the next episode. Cheers, guys.